Hi.
Hello everybody.
Hello.
My name is Darren.
I'm Graham.
And we've been to the cinema to see a film called Logan.
Yeah, we didn't see it today.
No, we didn't see it today.
Saw it the other day.
Right.
But what do you think?
Thought it was phenomenal.
What's it about?
Logan.
I thought it was phenomenal.
Did you? I thought it was phenomenal before you did.
I think it was at the same time.
You
No,
would say that
I
because
thought
you're
it
the
before
loser.
the film finished.
What is Logan about, Graham? Tell us that in a non-spoilery way.
It's about the story of it's the story about the X-Men.
Well, no, it's not in the slightest. It's the story of...
It's the story about the X-Men.
Did any of the X-Men feature?
Yes.
Who?
A couple of them.
Other than the two it's about.
The X-Men featured in...
It's
There's
not
a
about-
comic book.
It almost doesn't take place in the same world as the X-Men.
That's the whole point. It kind of doesn't.
Well, then it's not about the X-Men then, is it?
Yes, because the X-Men are in a magazine.
So? Doesn't make it about them.
They're in the comic magazine, and the point is they read the comic magazine with the X-Men in it.
So how's that about the X-Men? It's about Wolverine.
Because they gave them the clue of where to go.
No, it didn't.
I'm not... No spoilers, but they give,
Well, no, it's not a spoiler.
they
Because
give
you're
them
talking
secret
rubbish.
numbers. Wink, wink, wink.
No, that's just where they got their information from.
All right, anyway, so what do you think it's about?
Legacy.
There's no legacy in this either.
Are you fucking kidding me? That's all it's about.
Yeah. Okay. So, whose?
Everyone's, but specifically... Well, I mean, Logan's, obviously, but then I think you can
It
broaden
is
that
obvious.
out to...
That is obvious. And it is
explain
quite
to
a
me
broad
why, then.
comment.
Go on.
It's all about its legacy. The fact that X-24 shows up.
What did you say?
X-24 shows up.
X-23. Laura.
No, X-24. That's
Okay,
the point of
X-24's
legacy.
a bit of a spoiler, so I wouldn't mention X-24.
Okay.
Because I didn't know anything about it until I saw it.
No, I didn't either. It was amazing.
Yes.
It was
It's like
amazing.
a twist, wasn't it?
I mean, that's the whole point of it.
Well, let's not
I mean,
say
the
anymore.
introduction of it was a big
Yeah,
twist.
X-24 is a big plonky metaphor.
Well, you know, there's some subtleties to it. You know.
Is there?
This is why I brought it up in your aspect of legacy.
I don't think there's many subtleties to X-24.
And I knew that you weren't thinking of that, but that's what I'm going to say.
Well, there's X-23 as well, because it's the
obviously is a big
future.
legacy, yeah,
Yeah.
and it's still him.
It's
It's still him.
Well, yeah.
X-23.
And obviously, there's Professor X dealing with his legacy, whatever that may or may not be.
Not really.
There sort of was.
Not really.
Well, it definitely was.
No, not really.
How is it not really?
He mentions that he owned a school once and that
There was what we'll
this was
refer
the...
to as the Westchester incident.
Yeah.
And there's the fact that Logan is essentially his son, in a way. Not literally, but, you know, he's the next generation for him.
No, Logan's well older than him. He's his son, if anything.
Well, yeah, but his memory only goes so far back, so it's kind of like he was a newborn then. The only thing I'll say in criticism of the Westchester incident is I love that it was told rather than shown, because it shows the emotion rather than whatever it is. But when Charles is like, I've remembered the bad thing.
The bad thing.
I thought maybe he sucked off Super Hands.
Yeah,
in the bath or whatever it was.
Yeah.
It's
funny, isn't it?
Yeah, thank you. That's why I said it.
No, but like the phrasing of super hands could fit into the X world.
Yeah, save it. So yes, it's about legacy. I mean, even the comics, you know, it's like that's the legacy.
Well, it's about the legacy and it's about the lies of his story, of his past, and all the things that people think and the propaganda and stuff like that. And even the guy who comes to visit them and stuff, he's been, you know,
It's
he
like a
knows
white
of the
person
legacy.
doing a rap who was rubbish.
But it's all about that, isn't it? That's
so
the
what
thing.
did you-
Everybody
did
knows
you- is
about
there anything-
the legacy, which you so crave. And
I don't think everyone does know about the legacy, but go on.
no, in the film,
Oh, right, yeah.
everybody knows about the legacy in the film because he's a real life
Yeah.
comic book.
Hence them watching Shane in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Shane.
Yeah. The film Shane.
Shane.
Shane is the film that
I
Professor
haven't
X
seen
watches with Lauren.
Shane.
We saw the significant clips of it, and it's then
Yeah.
re-quoted.
Slightly on the nose, yeah.
Why is that on the nose?
Cause it's an old man talking to a little kid about guns and stuff.
And what the
I
character
know
of
more
Shane
guns
is
now.
basically what Wolverine is. Can't
Yeah.
change who he is and all that.
That's why it's on the nose because it's kind of obvious.
Why you think that's
There's a little girl in that. There's a little girl in this. Oh, let's
There
connect
was
the
a little
dots.
boy in that, wasn't there?
I don't know what it was.
You think that, but you think X-24 is more subtle?
Well, no,
Okay, fair enough. So
because it's the typical old, you know.
is there anything that you didn't like about this film?
No, I loved all of it.
Not a single thing.
No.
That's the correct answer. I was testing you. What was your favourite thing?
That's a hard one. It's a hard one.
Hugh Jackman.
I like the. Yeah, Hugh Jackman, obviously.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah, obviously. But you know, so was Patrick Stewart. You know,
He was, but there's never. What?
Go on.
I think that in terms of awards, which are obviously a stupid idea anyway, he's never going to get nominated for that unless he dies in real life.
Posthumous one.
But I think that Hugh Jackman certainly. It would like it's not even like, oh, did you see that film with that supporting character? Like Hugh Jackman's obviously front and center, and I think he's phenomenal. And if you took away like the metal clause, and just had a film about an alcoholic dealing with his past
and his dad,
yeah, then Hugh Jackman I think would be like they'd be going, oh, it's talking, oh, Oscar buzz maybe. Not now, obviously it's just been the Oscars.
Yeah.
God forbid an Oscar-worthy movie be coming out 11 months before the Oscars. But I think that if you take away the mutant element, it would be a lot more appreciated by the boring people that make these award ceremonies.
If you take out the mutant element, then all you're left with, and if you just had the mutant element stuff in it, that would be a good film as well. Because you've even got like the bits like Batman and Robin and
What are you
Bane.
talking about? What are you talking about?
Bane with the.
Why are you talking about Batman and Robin and Bane and then doing an impression of Scarecrow?
No, not Scarecrow.
No, but what are you talking about Batman and Robin for?
Because it's like Bane.
What's like Bane?
The bit with Bane. Do you remember which one's Bane in? The old one with the pipes.
Bane is in
And
The Dark
Uma
Knight
Thurman.
Rises and Batman and Robin.
Batman and that's what I said, yeah.
No, but why are you talking about Bane?
Because it had aspects of that.
It had aspects of Bane.
Mm-hmm.
What had aspects of Bane?
Logan.
How?
X-24. And
How did he have aspects of the
come
Batman
on,
and Robin
you know,
Bane?
No, are we doing spoilers?
All right, from now on, spoilers.
Okay. Well, he had the pipes, didn't he, and all the green goo, and he had to kind of like
Who
dose
had the pipes
himself.
and the green goo?
Bane?
Yeah, X-24 didn't.
No, but he got a syringe full of gunk, and it was like
So hang on a
superpower
second.
gunk.
So because somebody got an injection, you compare that
A
to
little green vial.
the
Oh, it's a bit close.
1997 version of Bane from Joel Schumacher's Batman and Robin.
It's a bit. Again, it's a bit on the nose.
How?
That's all. Because it's a little green gunk of like energy goo.
Well, why is it no?
Come
Well, why
on.
didn't? I mean, what's the difference between that and the magic water from Space Jam?
Yeah, that was like Batman and Robin as well.
Oh, okay.
But it's interesting, isn't it?
I like
How these kind of tropes.
No, that's not. That's definitely not interesting.
That's not interesting. That's not even interesting.
I liked Withnail's character. What's his name?
Whoever
Richard E.
it
Grant.
was. Yeah.
Because I
Was
liked
that his
how.
character?
Yeah, I liked that he wasn't like a Bond villain that monologues. You know, he kind of just said a couple of things.
I can't even remember what he said.
He was trying to tempt people, wasn't he, to do what he needs. Did you notice the subtext of all the modern day relevance and all that?
Don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
Oh
obviously.
yeah. You
Oh.
got the young blonde guy, obviously, and he had the robotic arm with
What's
his
that
fingers
got to
that
do
went
with
the wrong
modern
way.
day?
Well, he was iconic of the modern times,
Huh?
and Richard E.
How?
Grant was iconic of the olden days, the all or nothing days.
I don't know what you're talking about. So, for
We're
example,
talking about the same thing.
it's
but if you
about
want to
a
clarify, go
small
ahead.
group that are trying to cross the border. They're
Who
being
talking
chased by
What the hell?
chased by corporations that are led by a blonde guy called Donald. Professor X is struggling to get the healthcare he needs. We've got the contrast of the country that has, driverless trucks and drones flying everywhere and widespread poverty in the same place. It's kind of like modern day, in a way. Do you not see any of that?
You live like near Liverpool. There's none of that here. I
No.
don't know what you mean.
Well, I don't know. There is
they've
Liverpool is a
got
perfect
drones.
example of both
Well, thank you.
nice and nasty, of both rich things and poor things.
Well, it's a big city, isn't it? There's going to be rich areas and less rich areas, isn't there? Like anywhere,
But there shouldn't be.
anywhere big enough, you're going to get some inequalities.
The contrast shouldn't be quite so sharp, though.
But they are.
But they shouldn't be.
But so, what's your point? What is your point? You're saying this is
I'm
meant
saying
to
the
be a
film
bit of a
just
comment on the
reflects-
politics
yes.
of today.
Yes.
Well, what's the point of that though? It's going to be irrelevant in a few years when he's impeached and all that rubbish.
Well, that's fine, but it's relevant
Tax
for now.
returns today came out. Do you see them? 12 years old.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll talk about this another time.
We'll moan about that another time.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
where do you think this ranks in the? Oh, and also, can't say it's a
Go on.
spoiler.
This is a spoiler video.
Okay, Wolverine always fights an evil version of himself.
Does Wolverine always do that?
Well, he does in the films because in the first film he
Yeah,
fought
he had-
Deadpool, who was his own genes.
Well, hang on a sec. That's not an evil version of himself, is it? That's Deadpool.
Well, it was.
That's Deadpool.
Not in that fucking film. It wasn't.
No, it wasn't in that film.
That
but
was like
I don't know
it
who
had-
that was. Yeah. But that's not the point, is it? It's not an evil version of himself.
Yes, it is because it has his
Obviously,
DNA
he
in it.
fights Raven. What's her name? Mystique.
We're talking about in the Wolverine movies. And in the second Wolverine movie, he fights Silver Samurai that has his own DNA in it. And in this one, he fights X-24,
Has
which has
his own DNA in it. Has
Yeah.
Wolverine's DNA.
Yes.
When did they do that? When did they?
When
take
the
his
guy
DNA?
was like drilling through his adamantium claws.
You're gonna make me sick. What did he do?
He chopped the adamantium claws off, so they were like nubbins, and then he drilled straight into it.
Oh, I remember that. You gotta stop. I gotta stop you there. You can't cut through adamantium.
Well, they did.
Why?
Because they had adamantium as well.
Sounds like a bad film.
That was the second one I like the Wolverine.
So why did he?
We're over 10
What's the
minutes.
relevance of him fighting himself?
Well, his biggest enemy is himself, isn't it?
It always has been. That's who he said. That's he even
Yeah.
says. I have nightmares too, but I hurt people in my sleep. Because the little kid says, "Oh, see, people hurt me in my sleep."
So yeah.
You're not interested in my points.
You just seem to be kind of dumbing down my point.
Well, then we've come to a close.
An agreement in a way. Bye, everyone.
Bye.